Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever um, timeline that you are residing in. I welcome you to this quick lesson for dividing polynomials. So to start, now I'm going to discuss how to do long division. Okay, I'm dividing um, a polynomial by a binomial. But before that, I just need to check with you a few principles, how to divide. So let us say when you were just young, let's say that you were in fifth grade or sixth grade. I think it was fifth grade, okay, when you have taken the concept of how to do long division. So let us say I have 248 divided by 2. So what happened here that I'm going to compare the first digit with the first digit. So I will start looking or remembering the timetables. 2 times 1. Okay, what is going to get you? It's going to get you 2. So 2 multiplied by 2. 2 multiplied by 1, I'm sorry, it will get you 2. 2 minus 2, the next step will be subtraction of what had been and the number that you were able to find. 2 divided by 2, 2 minus 2 will be 0. And then we are going to have to drop 4. And then I'm going to start the whole process again. Okay, I'm going to search in the timetable of 2 of how can I get 4. So you can multiply actually by 2. And if you multiply 2 with 2, you'll get 4. And the next step will be subtraction. Okay. So 4 minus 4 will be 0. And the 8 will drop down. And I will start also searching again in the timetable of 2 of how to get 8. And actually, you can get 8 by multiplying by 4. So 2 multiplied by 4 will get you 8. 8 minus 8 will be 0. And once you search or you find 0, you were able to find the answer here. Okay, the question. Of course, this is actually a very, very easy question. There are so many ideas and principles that you can find when solving long division problems, and maybe perhaps in the future I will be able to discuss them with you. So generally, the first thing you need to do in the type of these questions, you're going to compare, okay, the two numbers with each other. The next step, you're going to multiply. The third step will be subtraction. You're going to subtract. And then you're going to drop the last or the next number that you have. And then you have to redo or repeat the whole process until that will be no remainder, or that the remainder actually is more smaller than the divisor. And this type of question I'm going to discuss in the future for problems related to long division only, which is not related or regarding or discussing how to do it with the polynomials. So let us another question. Let us say I have 121 and I'm going to divide it by 11, and 11 is actually a two-digit number. It's 11. I'm going to compare it with 12. So I'm going to search in my mind for a number that if you multiply it by 11 you get 12. You find that there is none. So in this case, if you cannot find a number which is the same as 12, you will look for the most or the lower a lower number than 12 that can get you working. So you're gonna multiply 11 by 1. It will get you 11. Okay. You cannot multiply it by 2. You cannot subtract 12 from 22. It will give you a negative number. It will not work. So it's either you find 12 or a number smaller than 12, the nearest number to 12. So 2 minus 1 will be 1. 1 minus 1 will be a 0. And 1 will go down. And then you will find that actually 11 multiplied by 1 will get you 11. So yeah, the quotient in this case will be 11. This will be our answer. Before discussing the question that we have here, I need to just to remind you how to multiply by a monomial. So let us say I have x and something I'm going to put here, and the result will be x squared. So what is the thing? If multiply by x, I'll get x squared. It will be x. So why? Because when you have an x without a power written above it, you will consider that the power will be 1 for both. If there is no power, you're going to consider the power is 1. And if you have two monomials multiplied by each other, they're having the same base. In this case, having the same base, which is x, x is called the base, x is also is called the base in this case. They're the same thing. You're going to add 1 and 1, and you'll get 2. Another example, let us say x multiplied by what, and you're going to get, let us say, 3x to the power of 4. So if I want to get x to the power of 4, in this case, I'm going to multiply x with x to the power of 3. So x multiplied by x to the power of 3, I'm going to get x to the power of 4. And there is also 3. If you multiply by 3, you'll get the 3 that you want. Okay, another example. If you have, let us say, 2x multiplied by something, and you'll get 8x to the power of 5. So x multiplied by what will get you x to the power, let us say this is 2 actually, okay? X squared multiplied by what will get you x to the power of 5. It will get you x to the power of 3. X multiplied by 2, x to the power of 2, I'm sorry, multiplied by x to the power of 3, get you x to the power of 5. So 2 multiplied by what will get you 8? 2 multiplied by 4. This is very important. Just to remind you how to multiply monomials, it will come in handy regarding this question. So we have this problem. What is the problem actually? The problem says that you have 2x power of 3 plus 4x plus 5. All of this is actually divided by binomial, which is x plus 3. Okay. And as we can see, there is no x squared. Okay, the here I have x power of 3, I have x to the power of 1, I have 5. The x to the power of 2 is missing. And if one of the powers is missing, you have to rewrite the question, and it'll become like this. It will become like this: 2x power of 3 plus 0 x squared plus 4x plus 5. If you don't do it like that, okay, you have a problem while solving the question that you are having. You have to write everything, even if it's not there. Okay, so how can we do it? With the first thing I'm going to compare, as we have learned in the long division, I'm going to compare x with 2x squared. Okay, so, and then I will start to multiply. What is the thing? If I multiply by x, will get you to x squared. Well, it will be 2x to the power of 2. If you multiply x by 2x squared, you're going to get 2x to the power of 3, which is great. So what about the 3? Okay, this is actually something new, something that you haven't encountered in the usual long division problems. In this case, you're going to continue with the multiplying stage, and you're going to multiply 3 by 2x squared, and you're going to get 6x squared. And then we have finished the multiplication phase. I'm going to subtract. Okay, so 2x power of 3 minus 2x power of 3 will be 0. And then I have 0x squared minus 6x squared will be negative 6x squared. Okay, and then the 4x we're gonna drop. We finished the subtraction, we're gonna drop plus 4x, and then we are going to repeat the whole situation again, or the whole process again. I'm going to compare x with negative x squared, 6x squared. If you multiply x with negative 6x, if you multiply x with negative 6x, what you're going to have, you're going to get negative 6x squared. Okay, you always do what you do, okay, to find something which is the same as the first component of the binomial that you are having here. Okay, but we haven't finished yet. The multiplication phase hasn't ended. Actually, I'm going to multiply 3 with negative 6x, so it will be negative 18x. And I'm done with the multiplication phase. I will start subtracting. So negative 6x squared minus negative 6x squared will cancel each other. And then 4x minus 18x. What are you going to have? You're going to have 4 plus 18. So 8 plus 4 will be 12. I have one carry. 1 plus 1 will be 2. So it will be 22. So 22x. And then the 5 will go down. Okay, which is great. Let me check something. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to repeat the whole situation or the whole process. I'm going to compare the x with the 22x here. So what is the thing? If I multiply by x, I'll get 22x. It will be 22. So x multiplied by 22 will be 22x. And then I'm going to multiply 3 by 22, and you're going to get plus 66. Going to subtract 22x minus 22x will be 0. Okay. And then 5 minus 66 will be negative 61. Okay. And we were able to find our answer. So how can I write it as an answer? You're going to write the quotient. Let us write it in, let us see red. So it will be 2x squared minus 6x plus 22, which is the quotient above here. And then negative 61, you're going to write it, let us write it in blue. So it will be minus 61, which is your remainder, divided by the divisor, which is x plus 3. If this is actually 0, okay, if the remainder is 0, if there is no remainder, you just write the quotient alone, and that's it. Thank you much for watching, and see you in the next video.